So in this blog we will be dealing with the when conditions, that is similar to that of switch condition in C and Java programming. So in our previous vlogs we have seen the introduction to Kotlin and also variable declaration and also if conditions in the previous tutorial. So if you have not covered these topics, better to have a look on them. I have provided the links in the description section below before proceeding to this tutorial. It will be easier for to understand how we are declaring variables and how we are making the statements. So if you are beginners, that would be much helpful for you. So now let us try to declare a variable result and provide some. So let us take 30. So these are marks of a student. So here we will declare when and provide the result over here, and so the result is nothing but the value which we are passing will be the value will be processed here, and based upon the case the statement will be executed. So now if it is 30, so this particular block of code will be executed here, and if it is 50, this particular block of code will be executed here, and finally else also we need to declare, because if it is out of the range then something needs to be done, right? So we need not provide comma here, so just try to remove them. And here now let us try to print some statement here, like if it is 30, as just we consider 35 to be a pass mark, so if it is 30 we need to print a statement called fail, and if it is 50 then surely they have passed, so print the statement pass there, and in else condition not known. Okay, so now this is how a basic way of declaring a when. And here now let us try to run this particular piece of code and check the output now. So just right click here and tap on the run button here. So this is how you run for the first time, and from the later on you can just click on the play button here. So here you can see we got the result here, so it's failed just because we have provided the result to be 30, so it gone through it and it has provided the fail statement for us here. So if you try to make it 50 and try to run it, so then here you can observe the change in the output here. So here we got it as pass, and if you try to provide any other thing, like just for the sake try to be 51, so though 51 is a passing mark, but we have just straight away provided the cases, so it is not matching with either the case, so it is going through the else condition here. So if you want to provide a range for the marks here, so now let us consider the passing marks to be 30. So here from how we need to provide is in 0 to 30. So here we are providing a range of marks here. So if you provide any number in between 0 to 30, then it will go through this particular statement and it will print fail here. And here from 31 to 50, so just we are trying to consider the overall marks to be 50 here, not 100. So just we are considering 50, and we have provided these two statements here. So now let us try to run this piece of code and let us try to provide 10 here and now run. So previously we have got not known in this particular scenario, and now here you can see we got fail here. Why? Because this particular 10 will go into this range here, so 10 lies in between 0 to 30, and so this particular block of code is being executed. So in the same way, when you have provided 32, first let us see, so here 32 is considering this particular block of statement 31 to 50, so it will be under pass. And now let us try to see what will 31 result here. I think 31 will also be, yes, it will be in a pass. Why? Because starting from 31 to 50, so it will cover all the values in between 31 to 50 here, and when you go beyond 50, then it will be again going through the not known condition. So here it will go into the else condition here. So this is how we can provide a when to a particular value or a range of values here. And also I would like to show you one more way of declaring when condition here. So for example, if you want to store the result in a particular variable, so here you are having when and you want to store the result of the when here, so you can just declare a variable here. I am declaring a variable like output here, so you can provide whatever the name you want for the variable, and here I just don't want to print it directly, I want to store them instead. So you can also remove these curly braces here, and let us try this example with me. So now we remove curly braces, everything. So just we are having a string here. So as we have seen, if the number is between 0 to 30, so this particular fail is being stored. So now let us try to run this piece of code again and see what will happen now. So you can see nothing is being printed here. Why? Because we have removed the print condition here. So you may ask me, then how we'll get the output? So just declare a print condition and provide output here. So now let us try to align the code and try to run it again. So here you can see we'll get the fail here. So what happened here is like we have stored these strings, so whatever the string it might be, whatever the case it might be, we are storing that to our variable here. So you can make use of these kinds of when declaration according to your requirement when you don't want to print the statement or you don't want to execute it directly rather than storing it for the later use. So you want to go through these conditions and check whether which one is being accurately matches your result, and then you want to store the result into your variable and later on you can use it. So this is how we can declare variables. So in this part of the tutorial we have covered three ways of declaring when condition, that is using a single case, that is providing a single number we are, and later on we have provided a range of values, and also we are storing the result into a variable here. So and there are more ways of declaring when conditions. So this is for a basic view I am explaining in this part of the tutorial. So if you are having any queries in these implementations, do let me know in the comment section below, and also subscribe our channel for getting the more interesting content on Kotlin. And if you have not viewed the previous tutorials on Kotlin, I am providing the link in the description section below. You may have a look at them, and if you have any queries as I have mentioned, do let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to have more tutorials on Kotlin also, do let me know in the comment section below.